The president visits locations of the two deadly shootings, claiming the lives of 31 people. The country has been on high alert, understandably so, as panic in New York City and Utah made headlines. People running for cover, fearing another attack was taking place.
But are mass shootings more likely to spark a copycat? Team 12's Michael Downa talked with an expert. Michael?
Guys, in the last 2 weeks, there have been 3 high-profile mass shootings in California, Texas, and Ohio, and now it's leaving those involved and around the country on high alert. Times Square, New York. Crowds fleeing after a motorcycle backfiring was confused for gunshots.
People were screaming and crying and climbing over each other.
In Utah, a sign falling down in a mall sparking panic of another mass shooting following what happened this past weekend in Texas and Ohio.
There's a heightened sense of fear right now.
But is this fear actually justified? Are mass shootings, for lack of a better term, contagious?
High casualty counts and school shootings showed significant evidence of contagion.
Sherry Towers, a professor at ASU, studied this exact phenomenon. Looking at more than a decade worth of data, she found mass shootings with multiple people killed or those at schools can spread.
About 20 to 30% of these of school shootings and mass shootings appear to be inspired by contagion.
So according to her research, anywhere from a fifth to almost a third of all mass shootings have their roots in another. And she says some of these shootings could inspire more copycats than others.
Some key incidents that appear to be particularly contagious and inspiring long after the incident actually occurred.
Towers pointed to killings at Columbine and Sandy Hook as potentially inspiring more acts of violence.
The El Paso shooter actually appears to have done that. He appears to have said that, you know what, I was inspired by the Christchurch shooting.
The exact number of shootings inspired by others is unknown, as not every killer leaves a manifesto and many are mentally unstable. But now the country is mourning the latest 2 tragedies, while many on edge of what could happen again.
But what needs to be kept in mind is that it's still rare.
Now, there is an interesting note here. There seemed to be a connection in the study between the amount of attention a shooting got on media and social media to how contagious it was. I mean, for the events that did not produce high casualties or were not at a school did not really show a strong relationship in potential future shootings. Guys, back over to you.
Okay, Michael, thanks.